Yo, Flightboss, bitch. And, I'm gonna start doing shit when I'm in the middle of shit. And, I want to talk about how you can use the motherfucking, your sun placement and your other planet placements to kind of explain or kind of unlock certain blockages you had in your life. Like, a lot of times, Saturn means, like, either something you gotta learn or like a blockage or obstacle or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But look, whenever there's a blockage or obstacle in your chart, there's always something that help it out, you know what I'm saying? Like, say you got, say wherever Saturn at in your house, right? Look at that house, see what sign that house is in, and then go to the planetary ruler of that house, and then booyah, there you go. That's how you help. You will have to use that to help that, and everything does that in correlation, you know what I'm saying? So all your bad part, you can have the worst chart ever and still have help, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a polarity to everything. And then look, check this out too. Like the signs, the houses is like start from Aries through Pisces as 12 houses, but they are not the same. I repeat, they are not the same as your actual planet placements. Fuckers texting me and shit. Look, they not in your motherfucking. Let me check the sun out, nigga. They not in your motherfucking planet. Look, the sun is my father and the moon is my mother, nigga. Any bodily flesh entities you got talking about, I'm with that or this, that, or third. You wrong, my nigga. The sun is my father and the moon is my motherfucking mother, nigga. And they got a lot of siblings and a lot of other shit that I choose not to get into right now. But look, check this out. Alright, then on another note, your planet placements are you, is what's going on with you. Your planet house placements is where you is taking place. So never get it confused, because you got people who will look at the houses and be like, okay, say the first house is naturally the Aries house, right? Now say you got Taurus in the first house, then people gonna be looking at, well, my chart fucked up. No, it's just your first house starts with Taurus, but your first house, your Taurus being in the first house, you're dealing with the first house energies in a Taurus way. So look at it like this. It's like your planet house placements are like, okay, now Aries through Pisces, as far as the houses go, first through the first all the way to the 12th house, this is the evolution of mankind, like what took place in order for human beings to, or well, the solar system to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's a 360 portion in the sky. It's a 360 in the sky. And that clock is a huge clock. You got the age clock, you got the lower clocks. Right now we only talking about the zodiac clock as far as the houses goes. Now this is like a clock, a zodiac clock. Aries is not the person, but the house, the first house, which is the Aries house, is the actual human being as the first time experiencing mankind. The second house is first time experiencing what the human being has. The third house is experiencing the first time the human being communication. So these are evolutionary periods when we talk about the houses. Now when we talk about a person being a Pacific sign, or a person planet being in a Pacific sign, whatever sign is in is the actual planet acting out the energies of that Pacific sign. So like I was saying, with the houses in the zodiac, it's like it's the clock due to the evolutionary period of mankind. Now as for a human being to come on this earth with certain planets and certain houses, these are just a human being. Whatever planet is in that house is just a human being acting out that Pacific portion of evolution of mankind. So you might be a Gemini, right? You're acting out. So by you, say you're a sun sign Gemini. Your sun is, the sun inside you is just acting out the Gemini portion of the evolutionary mankind, the evolution of mankind. You know what I'm saying? If your Mercury was in Scorpio, then your Mercury is just acting out the eighth house energy of mankind. But the houses is like a collective together. You know what I'm saying? I want you to look at it like that. It's not separated as a you, because you can have a planet in Aries, and then you can have a Mercury in Aries, and then your next following planet, which is Venus, could be in can be in Gemini. So it skipped Taurus. As houses are together. They all create a story developing the human mankind as an evolution. As now, once mankind is already here, as in human beings, your planets in these houses is acting out certain areas. So you could be a Jupiter in Aquarius. Your Jupiter is just acting out the Aquarius portion of the sky, which all signs only have 30 degrees in the sky, and within 30 degrees you have 3 sets of 10 degrees, which that 30 degrees governs. Then once 3 signs have their own 30 degrees, that develop a 90 degrees portion in the sky. And once the 6 signs each together have a 120 degrees in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And then once you put it all 90 degrees, and once you put it together, it all equals up to 360 basically. You know what I'm saying? 120, that might not be right. Right now I'm freestyling because I don't learn none of my shit. Sometimes I go on the internet and see what it's hitting for, like see what I got right, or see other perceptions. But for the most part, I just take my ass outside, do my own 360. And see, I started early and I never gave up. Like I started like 12, 13 years old. But once I figured out, like the first time I figured out where the sun was at and where the moon was at. Like I read a newspaper one time. I knew where the sun was at and I knew what degree it was on. Then I read a newspaper one time that actually had a moon zodiac reference in there. You know, a lot of newspapers don't do that. This was way back when I was about 16, 17. The newspaper did that shit. And it had where the moon was at. Once I figured out where the sun was at, I always knew where all the other planets was at within the time frame of the sun. And then when the sun go down, the moon come up, and once I figured out where that at, once I go outside there 360, I always knew where that was at. But you know, this little short video, I gotta go make a run real quick. You know, I'm gonna take everybody on these runs I be doing. I will never show you what kind of runs I'm doing, but just know I'm on runs. Flightboss, bitch.